Can you hear me well, guys? Yeah, I think there is a new feature that is about, the people that usually engage the most, or the people um, that maybe leave a lot of comments, or more. The more comments you leave under a live stream of mine, I don't know if they had measured past live streams, but for example, now you're number one because you're the only one talking. But I think that it also has to do with maybe your other comments on live streams, and there's like a little crown that I'm seeing. I don't know if you can see it too, but I think that is like, like, a recognition for your yes, for your yes, it's like a ranking, and you are number one. You are number one so far. Yes. But it's cool. I like it. I mean, um, I didn't understand. I got a notification about, these new options that were going to appear, and I read a bit about it, but I didn't understand. I was like, okay, like a little crown, but like, I don't know. I believe that it's like this sort of budgets. Is it batch? Like a batch that they give you on TikTok, or budget, or plackets. Well, batch is like a symbol, like a medal, but a placket, I guess, is what I meant. Um, on TikTok, usually they do give those to the people that donate the most on the TikTok, or they had like submitted something. And you don't have it. Well, there's a similar like a symbol like that. There's a symbol like it's like, oh, you're number one on the community, on the chat, or the people that probably, I don't know, send gifts. They escalate. They compete with others, if there's a lot of people talking. But you do have these people that they have these sort of budgets. Um, that sort of separates them from the rest of the people that are engaging in the chat. But it's cool. I like it. I like it. Because without you guys interactions, like, I would be here just talking to myself. But I'm sort of used to, for example, now, or not so much on Wednesdays, but on Sundays, I do notice that there's Sundays that maybe you guys cannot cannot come in. You are busy, or it's very early where you are. And sometimes I'm just here alone. There's no one commenting. Of course, I do have the restriction on the chat, so it makes sense that maybe there's people, but they cannot talk because I have a sort of um, filter. But I think that is necessary, because once you guys, like the regulars, you show up, Sometimes we do have a very interesting chat. We know each other for a very long time, so I think that it's necessary to give the chat a certain regulation. Otherwise, you would get a lot of spams, you would get a lot of weird questions, people that enter the live stream and they don't know what it's about, or they don't care. So I don't want that, because it's more work for the people that are very kind to be doing as moderators in the chat. So it's a lot if you have those interruptions all the time. And I don't think I don't think that I'm special. Like, oh, it just happens in my live streams. No, it happens to all live streams, especially like the small ones, like myself and maybe other people that we have few followers. There's always these weird people or these bots that appear every once in a while. Sinful, remind me who are your favorite groups, or maybe if it's not a group, a soloist. I don't remember. I always have. I remember people asking me about certain groups, so I'm like, okay, is their favorite group. But in your case, I think that you mentioned people, but I don't know. I don't remember that much. I think that you mentioned, or you were really dependent on different groups. Ah, you are a Multistan. Ah, okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate that. I'm a Multistan myself. Um, uh, like I said, girl groups. I love all the girl groups because I think that they deserve more love and recognition in that industry. But yeah, about groups, boy groups. Yeah, I say very few, but it's a lot. Like for for. You are in a 17 phase. Yes, yes. I'm sure because they are doing very well. So it's their moment. I think that they are doing great. I loved their last MV. I'm loving this. I remember, I believe when it wasn't pandemic. It was a few years later. But you know that they released these these, how was it, the BTS, the first that record this were BTS. I don't remember now how it's called, the show. But it was about them living in a house for a week, I believe. I don't remember right now the name, because I know it has a name, and then 17 did um their they also participated, and I found it in the soup. Yes, thank you, Sanko. Um, and 17, I did enjoy BTS, but 17, I did enjoy the most because there was so many moments, like so many members, so many things, interactions to watch. So I found it so like stimulating. You know when you're watching something and you're like, oh, here, oh, this happened, oh, then this happened. Amazing, amazing. I think in there I really was able to understand the dynamic in a group like 17. Um, but yeah, I'm also used to it because I'm a fan of the boys as well. So the boys also have a lot of members, and every time they create content like that to be living together, it's always like chaotic. So I think that 17 is like the amazing example, because 17 came first, of course. Um, But yeah, hmm, such big amount of members creates much more dynamics. Yes, yes. Yeah, with BTS in the soup, I did enjoy it. Um, the first season, I think that when we were in pandemic, that it was like for me because back then I wasn't that much into other groups. I was just concentrating on BTS, and in the pandemic, they were also like doing a lot of contents and different things. So um so I was focused on what they were doing. And for me, in my vision, I don't know, for me in 2020, it was like what they did with In the Soup. It was the first time that I saw something like this. I don't know, maybe other groups have done it first, or maybe other groups have done it as well, this kind of format of show. But for me, it was the first time that I was like, watching these episodes and just like, watching them being like this. But then I think that they had season two, they had another season, and that one I didn't enjoy that much. I got a bit bored, honestly. I don't know, could it be that they had a season two, or is it my imagination? But I believe that there was like was it another season? Or it was all the same? Oh, I'm so old. I don't remember. I'm so old. Mm, I like TXT as well, but them being like five members, their show can can be a bit boring since they are a big star there. The star there. Yes, I noticed that. It's like you have a specific people. If those people are not entertaining, then you lose the interest. You because it's sustained on certain people or certain characters. So it's like if they are not in the picture, it gets boring. So BTS didn't have a season two of In the Soup. Yeah, that one I did watch. I tried to watch. I do love the dynamics among B and Choi Woo-sik. They are just like they are so like wild child. I love them. They have such a great dynamic. I love them. But with the other actors, it's like I couldn't like, and I like their works, but seeing them in that group, I don't know. I don't know if they have age difference or there's something in there that it's like the oldest, with the youngest. That it seems like Choi was sick and B were like an entity, and the other ones were like coming along. So I wasn't that interested to keep watching, honestly. Like I saw a few clips and I was like, oh, that's cute, and that's it. I think that in the soup they had season two BTS when they brought Bam. Remember when they brought the dog, JK's dog? They had a season two. In there, I was like, I'm not. I will go and watch 17. Um. Mm, mm. And then that's when I started to watch another groups and become a multistan, because also I started the channel, so people were recommending different groups. So I started to educate myself about, different groups. And And I discovered a whole world that is beyond BTS, that is like much more like BTS, that there's other groups that they do have their content and that they do have, you know, other sites. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. I love this. I'm so, and I think that also um, I'm very thankful to my army friend. We met on pandemic, and we started talking about BTS and everything, and just being in a community about BTS. But then she started mentioning other groups, and that's when I started to open my mind, and to get to know other artists. And I was like, oh my God, I'm missing so much. Like there's so many, great artists, and so many different variety, and I think that that's what I'm attracted to the most, to have, um, to give it a chance to other groups, girl groups, boy groups, because I think that that's the beauty of being a multistan. You don't get fixated on just a single group, but um, yes, yeah, I remember. Yeah, the concerts, everything. Yes, I think that being a multistan is a gift. Is a gift, but also doing the channel, like creating this channel was an opportunity for me to expand my mind, because I had people from different fans of different groups that I was like, okay, who are these people? And then I listened to their music and it's amazing. Um, so, and also the fandoms are so nice. Like, I love it. Is the quality of the video good, Saiful? Um, because the other day I was watching the replay and I was like, why is it pixeling? There's a lot of pixels on the picture. I don't know if it's my phone or what, but I found it very low quality. And I don't know, because it's it's on my new phone. It's on the phone that I use to record this. So I don't know why then when I watch the replay, it looks there's like pixels, like little things on it. could it be because I'm also in another in another device, what on the same account? Could it be that it sort of lowers the quality? Today is sunny. It's a sunny day, but it's really cold. Really cold. Okay. I'm going to let you know, guys, what are the choices, the ones that I picked for today's live stream. I requested, people to leave their questions, their open questions to, any subject about K-pop or Korean industry, entertainment industry. So, I picked different questions from different users, different, I believe they are subscribers. Some of them, if you are not, please subscribe. But yes, and I have like 8. I want to, name them. So yeah, the first question is about Aespa Karina's politics related controversy. There's 2 questions in here that I'm going to be developing. Then I'm going to pull cards for Twice's new album. Then the dynamics or friendship between Lee Seyoung, the actress, and Bae In-hyuk. They have a project together this year. Someone wanted to know how it's going to go. Then I have this other question that is about how other industries view K-pop. And these ones I do also have to expand on them. Then another question is, does China want to lift the K-pop ban? So another questions in there as well. And the other one is KQ Entertainment planning to launch a girl group in the future? And I'm going to pull cards for Boynextdoor because yeah, it's been a while, I believe. I don't know if I've done a reading for them for 2025. I don't remember. I think I read for certain members, but I don't know if I read for the group entirely. But if I did, that this is an update. And then the last one is about a Stray Kids Hyunjin and JYP relationship. So yeah. Chinese ban question sounds interesting. Yes. Yeah, there's there's like 2 different subjects in there. That's why I just read the title. And now that I'm pulling the cards, I'm going to explain it because it's more than just a general. It has a specific questions on it. But yeah, let's see about this. Let's start with Karina's politic related controversy. Please, guys, don't forget to give a like if you are enjoying the live streams, the questions. It would mean a lot to me. It will help my channel grow and maybe reach to another people that are interested in my work. So thank you. Okay. Let's start. Karina's politic-related controversy. I do have 2 questions in here. How does she feel about the public's reaction? And then another one is, how do others idols / celebrities feel about her situation and the pressure to try to avoid this? So yeah, let's pull 3 for Karina. How does she feel? and about the situation, and how do other idols, celebrities feel about her situation, and the pressure to try to avoid it. She got the Five of Pentacles twice, so she's not feeling happy about this. Actually, there's something in here that I'm like, it's because she's a woman. Not just because it's Karina, but it's because she's a woman. I do see it here. So yeah. So okay. For for Karina, how is she feeling about this, the politic related controversy? We start with the Queen of Cups. For her, we have the Judgment, and we have the Five of Pentacles. And then, I clarified and I pulled another card from another deck, and I have again the Five of Pentacles, and the keyword here is feeling alone. Feeling alone. So yeah, definitely there's a sense of, when these things happen, somehow there's this isolation, like you don't want to be involved, or you don't want to be seen getting involved. It's like this, as if this person has like leases or bugs or something. You are like, oh, you leave this person. I don't know if you isolated them, but there's something about you not wanting to be involved. She feels a bit low alone in this, but at the same time, like I said, it's because she's a female. We have the Judgment literally next to the king, to the Queen of Cups. So there's this feeling of like she representing, she's not just a regular, of course she's not a regular woman. Like definitely the Queen of Cups is like this motherly figure, is like this very important and sweet and abundant and considerate kind of woman. She is important. She's sensitive, she's sweet, um, and she probably has a role of like a leader, of like the person that she is. She's like the mother of the group, or she's like the one that takes care of others. But there's Judgment. It's like this is actually very very interesting, because I think that we start with the Queen of we start with the, I'm trying to show it to you because I know that it's mirrored, but I wanted to show you the way I see it, like this, like this. This is the first one, the first card, this is the second. So how she's so concentrated on giving her best, giving to others, being generous to others, always worrying for others to make sure that others are okay, that you're happy, that you're okay, that you are nurtured, um, and then the Judgment comes behind, comes after you. So it's like a sort of disrespect to what she has been doing, or what she has been like contributing in the past. I don't know if Karina in the past, if she had donated, or if she had helped certain causes, social or a community. Like I think that she had given to the community, or she had given to the people, or maybe to her fans. I don't know. But there's something about her being shown like this compassionate, very sweet and sensitive person. She definitely didn't do this, to create controversy. I don't see it in here. But definitely the Judgment, this is like sort of reminds me of Jenny's situation. These girls usually they get the Judgment card that literally is like, at some point, even once a week, we are going to judge you. We are going to judge you. Even if you are like the nicest idol in the universe, we are going to judge you. We are going to judge you. You are going to say ah, and I'm going to go after you. And I'm going to call you names. And I'm going to point the finger at you. So this sort of reminds me of like Jenny's situation, her like whatever she does or she doesn't do, every once in a while there's like a consequence. There's like people like, oh my God, she's always like this. Oh my God, what she's doing. Well, Karina is probably heading into the same path, I would say, but not because she's controversial. Is because people have, I don't know if it's envy or jealousy, or it's because she's such a nice woman that they cannot find a flaw, but when they find a chance, they are coming after her. And I think that the thing is, I don't see the public punishing her, but there's, with the kind of feeling alone, there's this feeling of like, I don't know you. It's going to be a very awkward next weeks. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to try to avoid you. I'm not going to be seen with you. Somehow like when there's like this awkward feeling of like, oh, I feel like you guys don't say it to my face, but you are making me feel uncomfortable, or you are leaving me out in like you are leaving me out in the darkness. You are making me feel sad for myself. You are making me feel poor. um but this also talks about the poor mentality of the people that criticize her. There's a lack of maybe critical thinking. There's a lack of of, I think that it reveals their nature and how they feel about celebrities, especially the women in the industry, the beautiful and successful. Those are the targets. If this was done by a guy, they wouldn't have said anything. I mean, if someone pointed out, all the fans would have gone to sort of protect the male idol, and I can see it here. But her, her um but I also, I think that this is something that, yeah, is awkward. She does feel like alone. Maybe she feels like isolated, or she's like, wow, like I really feel awkward about this, or she isolates herself. But starting with the Queen of Cups, I think that Karina does have like some kind of emotional intelligence. She's a very, she has a rich inner world and insight and universe, and she's very intuitive, and she can be sensitive, but at the same time, she is a queen. She can master her emotions. So I think that even though she feels judged and she maybe feels a bit low in energy, and she feels like maybe misunderstood, or she feels like no one understands her, there's a feeling that she's the Queen of Cups. So she's going to, heal herself. She's going to, maybe go inwards and just like, concentrate on herself. The Queen of Cups has a lot of talents, to heal themselves, to recuperate, to, you know, um, to also do some work. If there's something emotional that she's feeling down, or she's feeling affected, like, okay, go into that emotion, feel it, acknowledge it, and yeah, she has the tools. She's a very intelligent, when it comes to feelings, and perception. She's very intelligent. She's very gifted in that sense. So I don't see her like, oh my God, like I'm so lost. She feels a bit like, discriminated, I would say, with the Five of Pentacles. She feels a bit discriminated. Um, maybe some people are giving her the silent treatment, but, you know, it's bound to happen every once in a while. So, yeah. And about the other question, how do other idols, celebrities feel about her situation and the pressure to try to avoid this from happening to them? We have the Page of Wands, we have the Justice, and we have the Ace of Cups. And then we have the card of the Four of Pentacles, that it says open up. But actually, this is the totally against to open up. The Four of Pentacles is like, no, I'm not opening up. This is like the advice, but they are holding on very tight to their position. They are going to do whatever anyways. And when I say this, I'm talking about the Korean or the other celebrities is the men. Maybe the girls, like the other female girls, they're like, oh my God, like I should learn from this and watch out because, this can affect me. But when I see the page of ones, I'm like, this is male energy. This is male energy. With the justice, it's like I have the justice on my side, or somehow the divine justice is going to come for me and protect me. So I can be clumsy, I can be impulsive, I can make a joke, I can do whatever, and I'm going to be protected. So especially the ones that probably they do want to send a message, and they are like playing with fire, I would say, like, oh, like somehow I did this, and I hope that you didn't notice because I was trying to be funny. I actually didn't mean it, but they did mean it. They did mean it. They wanted to show something. But since they have the justice, I think that it probably can be the audience, maybe the fans seeing this and being like, oh yeah, but he did this, but he didn't mean that. No, 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 because he's so respectful and because he's so like, so they are like, since I'm baby, because the page is giving me very young energy. But when I think about idols or celebrities, it's not about age. It's more like, I'm acting like a brat. I'm acting like a brat, and I'm somehow, trying to play with fire and maybe saying something or doing something. And I know that you guys will correct it. So yeah. And I don't think that, and also the, the Ace of Cups is like, I'm loved. I'm loved. I'm loved, I'm protected, I'm abundant, people love me, people support me, the possibilities are open for me, are so open for me. So I'm not worried. The men, I'm talking about the men in the industry, not the girls. They are not worried. They're like, justice will prevail and I will have a lovely start again. I can act cute and they will forgive me. So it's toxic. It's toxic. It's toxic. Because yeah, then with the Four of Pentacles in here, like this is why sometimes I don't want to use this tarot oracle deck, because I don't agree with certain keywords that it says. In here it says open up, and I think that yeah, the advice would be to open up, but the Four of Pentacles doesn't open up. The Four of Pentacles is stubborn. The Four of Pentacles is concerned only about their gain or what they own or what they possess, and they refuse to change. It's a very stubborn position. It's like, I'm not changing. It's this. The Four of Pentacles is this. I have my stability. I'm not changing. I said what I said, or I did what I did. I don't apologize. I'm comfortable, and I'm like, yeah, if I mess up, I may say something because I'm obligated, but I'm going to win at the end. I'm going to still sustain that the mistake that I did is not a mistake, actually, because there's something about playing with fire. It's like, yeah, I know I shouldn't say something because they say that it's not good, but maybe for some of them it's like, I can get people to talk about me. I can get publicity. I can be in the news. So they see it like, like playing with fire. The page is very playful. It's like, oh well, oh my, I made a mistake. Oh, but there's no acknowledgement, because the Four of Pentacles is like, they're not going to get me to apologize. I have the justice of my side. They love me. They love me. So probably it's just about Karina. Is the issue is that she did it. It's about the girl, not so much. The ignorance in such basic topics gave people the chance to suppress them more. Mm-hmm. I'm curious about Aespa members and are feeling for. Oh yeah, I remember there was someone that wanted to know that. They were like, how are the other Aespa members feeling about Karina? Let's see. 2 cards each. Aespa members, Karina. No, 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 no. They are very loyal to her. Very loyal. But there's a transformation coming. There are changes. Definitely we have the death card in the middle. So the bond is changing. And the best they can do to sort of, protect this dynamic that they have, among the rest of the members in Karina is to release. Just let it go. Let it go because yes, changes are coming. Changes are coming. I don't know. I think that someone mentioned about, Ning Ning being Chinese, and you have Winter and Giselle. um, Changes are coming and it's going to affect the group, of course. Maybe it's about that, changes of laws, or there's something that it could be political, it could be something that is bigger than them, that is not, it's not about, oh, it's affecting only Aespa. No, it's maybe this year is going to be a year of a lot of transformation in laws, and it can affect, but it's all change. It's all, a new chapter. Things cannot be the same anymore. So we have to adjust, just let go of the control and adjust to the change, because transformation is coming for them. From the girl's perspective, um, is how they feel about Karina. We have the 2 of Pentacles and we have the 3 of Cups. So I don't know. I think that they are very loyal to Karina. There's something about them being like, yeah, we are with her. Whatever she goes through, we will support her. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So it's like, I flexibility. I adapt to, this is going on now. Okay, we will be there for her. Like this is more like, yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, it's not nice. But the 3 of Cups is like, sisterhood. Is this feeling of like, is you and I against the world, But also the 2 of Pentacles also could be that maybe there's one member, because I'm thinking about one member, not all of them, one member that, probably she's like, I don't know if I would be so loyal to her. Because the 2 of Pentacles is also like, yeah, I'm adapting, I'm adjusting, but somehow I also have my doubts. The 2s in the tarot is all about, ambiguity. It's like it can be a yes and it can be a no. So I think that they at the end they think about, the group, and that we have to stay together for the group, and that we are a group. They are not thinking egotistically about themselves. They are thinking about the group at the end. But there could be, one member that is like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes she does things that I don't like, or I don't know what to think of her. Sometimes I doubt her. Sometimes, she gets on my nerves, or sometimes she does something that, so I think that there could be someone that is like, yeah, I'm not a fan of what she does. It's as if she's like, this had happened before. And there's something about this person being like, I don't know if I would put all my coins in that basket. But there's also this feeling of like, I have to follow the group. I cannot, I cannot show my this disagreement, or I cannot show that I don't support her. So I choose, I I mix with the rest, or I mingle with the rest, or I get absorbed in the group mentality, I would say, because I cannot stand on my own. My opinion doesn't matter. I'm just a member. I'm not that influential or important. But there's moments where I'm like, I don't support her that much. or she does things that I'm like, yeah, I knew this would get us into trouble, or I knew that this that she did, I'm not. It's not. It's like there's one of them that is like, I'm not as loyal as because sometimes she does things that I find annoying, or sometimes she does things that only benefit herself. So there's someone that is like very critical of her. It's like, if I had the chance, I would be, with one foodie here and the other one in there, in another possibility, because she's like, but I cannot say anything. I had to stay for the group. And probably she loves the other members, or there's like a strong bond with the other members. But there's one that is like, if you think that there could be, someone in there that is like, I don't like her that much. It's not that this person doesn't like her. She doesn't like her decisions. There's something about her being like, yeah, she mess up every once in a while. Um, she's like, she's not the queen that you guys think she is. Something like this. Um, and from Karina's side, we have the Five of Swords and the Ace of Wands, towards the group. And definitely, Karina is very much like, when it comes to the group, she's angry. She's angry mostly to herself. She's angry because she's like, yeah, I know I created this, or I know it happened to me, so in consequence, it's going to affect the group. So she's feeling a bit, annoyed, or she's feeling a bit angry, or she's feeling a bit like, but at the same time, she can have a bit of discussions with the rest of the members, like, like, probably, I don't know, saying something very harsh, the other members being like, come here, we want to take care of you, or we want to be there for you, or we want to protect you, or you can, you can talk to us, we're here for you. And somehow she's on the defensive. She's like, don't touch me, don't say anything, I'm not a victim. If you come too close, I'm going to get very irritated, and probably I will say things that are very harshful. So there's something about her, having a lot of frustration and anger inside herself because of this that she's going through, feeling like, so she gets a five. In the previous reading, she got a Five of Pentacles twice. So there's this feeling of lacking, of I don't have enough support, or I don't have enough. They make me feel, like an outsider, or they make me feel guilty, or they make me feel that I'm not good enough. So there's something about her, when it comes to the rest of the members, her trying to, you know, grasp a bit of authority that she has, here with the Ace of Wands, and being like, no, guys, I don't need you. I'm going to fix this myself. I'm strong. The Five of Swords and the Ace of Wands is like, I got this. I'm the leader. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to fix it. I don't need you guys. Just let me be. So yeah, very assertive. Like, don't come and be cute to me, because I don't need this right now. I have to focus on this, on these feelings of frustration that she has, or this feeling of, um it's like she's feeling sensitive. So it's like, the more you want to protect her, or probably, just, wrap your arms around her, and you want to be like, come here, you got us. She's like, no, I need to be alone, or I need to fix this on my own. So please don't, because she finds it condescending. Like, I'm not a child. I got this. But probably it's her pride. Her pride is also, affected, I would say. She's like, you know, she doesn't want to feel like a victim, but she probably does feel like a victim. But yeah, in the middle we have the Death card. The keyword is release. So changes are coming for Aespa. Changes are coming. A transformation is coming. So they have to adjust. They have to adapt. They have to adapt. They have to be smart, and they have to, adjust. Okay. I'm going to continue with Twice new album. In these questions, we were going to go back and forth with certain specific questions, and then I'm going to read for other groups. So go, go get your coffee. Make yourself comfortable because this is going to be a mix of different topics. It's not going to follow any kind of congruence. It's all going to be open, open and also. So yeah, be respectful to other people's requests. And yeah, and if they are not your favorite group or anything, you can watch other readings. Okay. Twice new album. This is Sunday for multistans. Because I should have, a segment, a live stream dedicated to multistans. Like all multistans are welcome because we are going to talk about different. I'm going to create this for you guys. If you guys are up for it, I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe a Friday live stream for multistans, and we are going to throw different subjects. And I think that would be very cool because we will be like, if you're here for a specific group, you're missing. Maybe your group is included, maybe your group is not included. So yeah, because we want to expand. Okay. For Twice new album, we start with the Five of Wands. We have the King of Cups. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the middle. Three of Swords. Ace of Cups. And then we have again, we have the Seven of Pentacles in the middle, and we have the Seven of Pentacles again in this deck. That the keyword is awaiting results. Awaiting results. So, does anyone know if the release of this album is like now? Because why do I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles twice, there's something about them, having to wait a bit. I don't know. Someone asked me for this. I didn't check when is the album going to be released. I don't see. I don't see like like it's going to be postponed or it's going to be like no, I don't see it like I just think that they are waiting for something and that probably is going to take a while. So maybe I don't know. They have a date that is like a few months from now. I don't know, but I think that the waiting is wise. Honestly, I think that the waiting is very wise. I mean, um, but I see that the waiting mostly comes from this person. We have this king. Um, we have this king of this king of cups, and we start with the five of pentacles, five, not five of pentacles, five of wands. So there's something about this person sort of delaying things. So I'm like, there's something with this person. I don't know if this is like a producer and they are having a hard time sort of like you know getting into the same page with this producer or with this person that works for them or works with them. um you know so there's something about like also there's, or maybe they do have some differences among themselves. Like there's something about them not being in the same picture because maybe their efforts are distributed in different places and time. So there's this guy that it could be a producer, but it could also someone that is in charge of getting all the girls together. And he's like going crazy. He's like, I cannot make it on time. because there's someone that needs that. Maybe they're waiting for the approval of someone. They're like, you need to make sure that you're going to be here by this by this hour, this day. We need your confirmation because we are waiting on you. We are waiting on you. You are important. What wait? We are waiting for. Like, I see them that it's almost done. It's almost done. This is not like, oh, they haven't started. No, it's almost done, but maybe they need the participation, or they need someone to do another session of recording. I don't know, but this person is sort of like making them wait. So it's like it's going to be a bit awkward, but they are going to release it. They're going to release it. It's just that these are like technical issues, and there's something about maybe the girls, being all over the world, like not all over the world, but it seems like, oh yeah, I'm here, oh I'm over there, oh I'm doing this. So, and I think that this also has to do, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, that the girls are, they are very busy women, and also they are women. They are women of their age, so they have different activities. They are not just living in their dorms forever, 24/7, just waiting for their turn to go and record. They have activities, they have a life, they have family. So they have ambitions of their own. So I think that this is the thing with Twice, and I think that once you get them together, it's amazing. But I think that probably there's something about the I don't know, the team or whoever manages them, that is getting really difficult this year to get all the members in one room, or all the members to do this specific activity. It's like one is available and the other is not. There's this very this conflict of interest, I would say. There's like, oh yeah, I can make it, oh no, I cannot make it. It's not personal, it's just that there's chaos, and I think that this is also maybe, when you have a lot of people in a group, is not as easy as getting four people, but yeah, the concept is waiting results, is they're waiting for someone, um but yeah, we have the Three of Swords and we have the Ace of Cups. So see, it's going to be a bit. I don't know if they're going to get a bit on their feelings, or they're going to be like, oh, you delayed our work, or I think that this that you did is not very professional. There's something about them not feeling right about this, about the person that is sort of delaying all of this. They're like, you made us wait. We wasted time. We wasted this. I'm sort of angry at you. But then we have the Ace of Cups, that is like a great, new beginning, flow of ideas and flow, in the group dynamic, an opening of the hearts, the feelings, and also them as artists opening up to give this album, or to give this work to the fans. So at the end, it's all cool. It's all cool. It's just that it feels very awkward. It feels very awkward, and maybe, this that is happening is not going to be the first time. It's not going to be the last time that you're going to see this. Probably in Twice, you're going to start seeing, that there's going to be some delays, or there's going to be something, a communication, maybe them saying, oh, we are releasing this. And then, oh, no, not today. Sorry, we have to reschedule this because we had technical issues, and it's not that like tragic nor anything, but I think that there's something with the Seven of Pentacles twice, awaiting results, that the cards is like, maybe this album was a great idea, this album is going to be well received, but there's something about this needed more time. The Seven of Pentacles is like, you are reaping what you saw a bit too early. It's still green. You want to take it, you want to collect the fruits, you want to collect the result, but maybe it needed more time to cook. Maybe it needed more time. It's like it's still green. So I wonder if that's what you guys are going to see maybe in the quality of certain songs or in the quality of the album. There's something about, also the fans being like, I was waiting for this. I was really excited for this, but um, um, is this it? Like, is this it? Maybe it needed more time to be released. Maybe it needed more time, and I think that probably the girls know it too. There's a bit of deception, like, yeah, you know, it's not the fault of a specific someone, but I think that definitely there's like a CEO or there's someone that manages and it's like, girls, I need you all together now, and it has to be now because my job is pending on this, and it has to be now, and we have to release it now because we have this date, and it has to be now, and this person also is being, this person is not doing this because it's wanting to annoy the girls. It's probably because it's their job. I don't know if this is like a CEO, manager, a producer, like I said, but it's like it has to be now, like we are running out of time. But at the same time, with the Seven of Pentacles, there's still this feeling of like you should be more patient because it's still not done. It's still not done. You need to be more patient. I don't know about the other Twice albums, but there's something about like, these girls' work, they need more cooking, like they need more time. Like, why are you rushing processes? You are going to read this and it's going to be green still. If maybe you would have left it longer in the earth, if you have left it more to rest, maybe you could have gotten like better results. So immaturity is giving me immaturity. I wanted to read from here because my tablet turned itself off. The teaser gets some drama about okay. There's something about this not being, or maybe the idea wasn't fully developed. So I'm like, there's a parts missing. Okay. I'm going to read for Seyoung and Bae in Hyuk. They have a project this year. Seyoung and Bae in Hyuk. Okay. From Lee Se-young's part, we have the Empress, and we have the Ace of Cups. From this actor, for Bae in Hyuk, we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles. And the connection in here, we have Temperance. It says balance. So yeah, it's going to do well. I mean, it's going to. I think that there's something like about this actress Lee Seyoung that she's feeling so happy. She's going to shine so much, Lee Seon, in this drama. She's feeling so inspired. So I wonder is this going to be romantic? Because I can see her very emotionally opening up, and probably there could be like a physical glow up. I don't know if she has to sort of change her hair or just look much more feminine than other roles that she usually has. But there's something about her being, just shining, and also in her connection with him, she's so open to express emotions or maybe be, you know, be very generous with him and also be very emotional, sentimental, like, yeah, let's talk about our feelings, or yeah, let's connect, I'm open, I'm available. This is great. Um, what I do see here, I don't know about the actor because I don't know him, Bae In Hyuk, but it seems like the one that is going to shine the most is her. Definitely. We have the Empress. So she's, I don't know, I don't want to, maybe this actor has a lot of, a lot of accomplishments, and he's doing very well. I don't know. But in here, in comparison to the two energies, I think that she's the one that feels the most confident. So I wonder if the whole, this whole drama or this whole project is actually based on her. There's something about, like everything is accommodated for her to feel and shine like the Empress. It's like going to give her, the space, the room, the, the freedom to shine and being, her best version. So there's something very positive, very, glowing about her energy, very magnetic. I don't see her like restricting herself. No, she's not going. I don't think that her character is going to be like mysterious or the sad girl, like, oh, I'm sad or I'm depressed or I'm having a hard time. No, I think that she's going to look her best, and there's something about her feminine energy just feeling so magnetic and so full of emotions, so she's definitely ready to work. She's definitely ready to work. Like, I love her energy. This is one of these, I don't know much about her, but every time I read for Lee Seyoung, I personally, I feel like she's a great actress. Like, she really takes her job or her roles very very serious. Like, the level of emotionality that she manages, whether it's to make, this very sad concept, or to make this very deep concept, or to make this very vibrant and happy concept. She pours everything all in, and she's so abundant in that sense. She has so many, or she has, like, I think that this is why maybe she's a bit selective when it comes to projects, because she has so many, talents, that she's like, I better, limit myself, because I know that if it was up to her, she would be doing like a lot of things. But she's like, no, this is the correct one. This is the right one. In the case of this guy, Bae In Suk, I think that, yeah, I mean, he really feels much more practical. There's something about him probably not wanting to mess up. There's something about him feeling nervous, probably in presence of her. We have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. So there's something about him, sort of being a bit, close off, being like, a robot at first. But then he's going to start like relaxing, and he's going to start to get into character. The Six of Pentacles, there's something about give and take. So it's like he probably has to also regulate himself, and go with the flow of what she's doing. Definitely she's the one in here that maybe she has much more, experience. So there's something about her guiding the flow in their connection. But at first I see him very stiff. I see him very like, I see him like he has a book. I don't know if the way he has been learning acting is very of books. you know when you learn something and it's like you got it from a text, and in the text is very literal. You act and you move like this, and when you act and you say these words, you say it like this. It feels very technical, very technical. He comes here with the technique. So, and he probably is like, I learned this like this. I'm not changing. A bit like stubborn, I would say. This is why I think that is so necessary, her energy, because he feels very stiff. He feels very nervous. He feels very like, I don't want to say constipated, but it feels like this. It feels like this. It feels constipated. But her, with all these emotions, with all this fluency, generosity of like, come here, let's connect. Let's make, let's use our tools together, because he definitely is like, I don't know if it's his style of work, but it feels very stiff. Um, but then we have the six of pentacles, so there's this feeling of like eventually he's going to start losing it. Eventually he's going to also be in her hands and sort of going with the flow of what she is going to do or what she's going to deliver. But he's very nervous about it. Probably this is huge for him, and he's like, okay, I have to review my lines, I have to do this here. He has like this very fixated routine, I would say. Probably he is a very routinary person, or he's someone that he learns that way, through routine and through a very strict, you know, I feel like he restricts himself a lot. Not just in this. I think that he restricts himself a lot to function in this industry. Like he cannot be himself. He's like a robot. It seems like, no, 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 I have to behave like this, I have to do like this. There's no spontaneity. But I think that in this, exchange with her, that she brings all the emotions and she brings all the, flexibility and adaptability and experience. I think that she's the one that can sort of break these barriers of his, because he's very worried. He's very worried. Yeah, we have balance, the temperance, balance. So they balance each other out. They balance each other out. I think that it's going to do great. It's going to be a project that is going to be healing. The temperance. It's like, it's going to heal some hurts, or people are going to love the couple and they're going to love the dynamic, and maybe the message also is very healing. So, and you're going to see the attracts of opposites, like the attracts between two people that are opposite to each other, um that we usually see in gay drama sometimes. But yeah, I would watch it because of her, because I want to know what she looks like, because I'm like, she's going to look different. Now I have this curiosity. Now I have this curiosity in my mind. I want to know, I want to see her. I want to see if she's going to have a change in her style. I want to see if she's going to dye her hair, what kind of hairstyle she's going to have. There's something different about this. So I'm so curious. I'm so curious. And if you guys have watched, if once this starts, if you notice, please, also give me a feedback in the comment section. Being like, oh, I see this. Okay, thank you. And if it doesn't happen, also, if it happens otherwise, just tell me, like, oh no, you said this and it didn't happen like that. Okay, now let's go back to these questions. now this is a question, not a reading. But yeah, let's see how I develop it. This specific topic is about how other industries view K-pop. For example, when we think about other industries, we can think about the acting or the actors. How do they view K-pop? And also the Western music, like the Western music industry. what is their take on K-pop. For example, we have the how do they view BTS and Blackpink? Because if we think about, the Western maybe music industry, they don't know about the others, but they do remember BTS and Blackpink as an example for what K-pop is. So yeah, let's bring these two questions. Let's pull three cards for the first one is, how do other industries view K-pop? Example, how do actors, for example, view K-pop? Then, how do Western music industry, what is their view of K-pop? For example, BTS and Blackpink. Hmm. Oh, okay. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Mm. 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 Okay, the first question. How does the industry of actors or acting view K-pop? And we start with the Fool. We start with the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Swords. And then I pull an extra card from the other deck and I have the Moon card. And it says Confront. How do they view K-pop? Actors, how do they view K-pop? I think that there's something about and this question is interesting because when we think about certain K-pop idols going into acting, definitely there's like, oh, you're stepping on my territory, so I sort of get this answer. I think that, starting with the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, they don't like I think that the real answer is that they don't like it. They don't like that K-pop idols turn into actors. They don't like it. They don't like it because they're like, you are a fool. Like your efforts in comparison to me that I have prepared myself longer, they look weak. Like I said, the other day, not the other day, a couple of minutes ago, when I talk about the Seven of Pentacles, the fruit is still green. Well, about, how do actors or the acting scene view K-pop, K-pop and K-pop idols? It's like, they are doing the work. They with the Fool is like, they are launching themselves over here. They are working, but what the result at the end is not beneficial for me. Sometimes, yeah, they do come prepare or they do practice their lines, not all of them, but probably some of them, it doesn't matter how long you practice, you will never be good. And that you are not good, it affects my work. So I would prefer no K-pop idols on my scenes, or I would prefer not having to interact with you. I don't care how many followers you have online or your fans. When it comes to practical matters about effort and execution, you suck, and you make my job um, look bad. You know, um, and I say this because I think that it's not for all K-pop idols that turn into actors, but I think that it's like, there's some of them that is like, this is why we start with the Fool. It's like this idol was thrown into this project. It's like you came here, you're taking a leap of faith, you launch here. The Knight of Pentacles is like, I see that you have been doing your best, or I see that you are trying to progress in this, but you are not fast enough, and you are sort of getting in the way of my projects. Because also the Page of Swords, It's like I think that there's something about them complaining about certain K-pop idols to maybe directors. The page first because they don't like it. They have this preconception, not of all K-pop idols, because I think that they know which ones are like the good K-pop idols that had turned into acting, that you are like, oh, that guy is good or that girl is good. But then you have some that somehow the companies maybe throw them at this project, and they came like, sort of being like, okay, they told me I have to work here, and they're like, they have potential, because the Knight of Pentacles is like willpower. You definitely want to show that you had studied your lines, that you had been working on this, but your efforts are taking forever, and I need to get this project out now. I cannot wait for you to get better. You have to be better already. So they see that probably some K-pop idols, getting into their projects it just lowers the process. So we have the Page of Swords that is like, I'm going to go and say something. They complain. There's a lot of that. I think that at the end, they also are not taken seriously, because the Page of Swords is like, is like, yeah, you can complain all you want, but they're going to keep advancing in the project, and they are going to keep appearing. So, and they gossip a lot also. It's like they probably think like, okay, there's no way I can make a change here, so I'm going to talk bad about you behind your backs. The Page of Swords is very like passive aggressive. It's like, okay, if I cannot defeat you, I'm going to make it difficult for you. And I'm not going to tell it to your face, because I see that you're working or I see that you're participating, but I'm going to gossip about you, or I'm going to say, be passive aggressive and just throw some, smart comment here and there about you, or being funny. This could be a bit of bullying, I would say. Um, Actually, it's not bullying. At workplaces, I believe it's called mobbing. Um, that is this this every once in a while I throw a comment to you, to make you feel bad, or to, I want to be funny, and I think that they do it because they are like, saying something or being gossipy is the only tool that they have, because this is arranged already. There's something about this energy that is like, you can complain, but they are part of the project anyways. You are just a page. You are a nobody also. Like, no one is going to take you seriously. But that they do gossip or they do talk bad about that person, they're like, oh, they were trying really hard to get this scene out, but it was awful. They don't know how to express an emotion, they don't know what they're doing. But the thing is that, you cannot, there's something with the Knight of Pentacles, that the idols that go into acting, they are like, I don't know, maybe I'm not an expert, but I will keep showing up, and I will keep, trying to deliver this, and I will be consistent. It may take a lot of times for me, or a lot of effort for me to get there, but I'm going to continue going towards, it's just that maybe they complain like this is slowing down our processes. And also, we have the Moon card that it says confront. So for me, it's like confronting your own shadow, your own insecurities. You are projecting on the idols, because you somehow, you are an idol as well. Like, not like an idol, but there's something about like the K-pop idol and the acting is not very, there's a similarity in there. I don't know if it's the long journey that they have to get the roles that they want, or if it's the process of training, the process of getting your first job, your first gig, your first opportunity to get in the recognition, to get in the fans. I think that the Moon card is like, you're projecting on these idols, because you are turning into an idol yourself, and your work the work of the actors actually looks more and more like what the idols do, the idols dynamic with their fans. Actually, actors are starting to emulate that. So there's something about like, what are you complaining about? That they can be better than you? That they can steal your job? Are you afraid they're going to steal your work? You know, this is about the shadow self, the insecurity, the fragility of the ego. There's something about like, no, there comes this idol, he's going to take all our jobs away or the best lines away. You know, I could have done it better. Yeah, but at the end, they want him. So yeah, it's a popularity contest. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't be, maybe, it should be more about, talent and everything. But there's certain projects that, yeah, you do need, a known face, or you do need someone popular, because otherwise people are not watching. So somehow the Munkar is like, don't be so harsh on these idols, because you are also becoming in them. And actually the idol has like more social or more personality strengths. They have more training, maybe more media training. I don't know. They have much more tools to be attractive to the media, or socially, than the actors. And somehow the acting scene is also changing. Maybe because there's this international audience watching. So somehow also the actors are being asked to, like, you have to interact more with the fans. You have to have a fandom name for your viewers. You have to have fan signs. And probably the actors are like, no, but I don't do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. So this is why sometimes some of them are friends with idols, because they learn from the advices and the experience of their friends that are idols. Because it's like, how do you do this? How do you do a live stream? How do you talk to your fans? Because they have to change and adapt. It's not just about being good at acting and that's it. They have to stay relevant as well. So yeah, the moon is like, don't be saying things about idols, because you're on that way also. You're on that path. You're on that industry. You are the same. So and about the Western music industry, about what is their take on K-pop, for example, BTS and Blackpink, we start literally judgment. We have the Empress, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. It's so obvious. The Nine of Wands, that it says rest and reconsider. Rest and reconsider. They were so judgmental of K-pop. BTS and Blackpink. Like, and we were taking examples, because we're okay, Western industry or Western media, how do they view, what is their take on K-pop? BTS and Blackpink, for example, very judgmental. Very judgment. Maybe some of them still are, but the judgment is like, no, we didn't like these people. Like, who are they? But then, with the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles, we saw the money, or we saw the richness of all this attention that they bring with themselves, the beauty, the fashion shows, the concerts, the fans, all the shiny little things that these people bring, the notoriety, of course, the publicity, everything that they bring is beauty, legacy. Also, these people come with their own fandoms, so they do have a very stable, rich, prosperous you know background. So if we think about BTS and Blackpink, yeah, they were, they started slowly, but they already had a foundation, and there's something about their beauty as well. There's something about their beauty, how they take care of their image, how they take care of themselves, that maybe, for the Western music or the music industry at first, it was like, oh my God, they look too perfect, or they look too polished, like, real people. Like, I know artists, I know singers, I know songwriters, or I know performers that they don't look like this in person. Like, oh my God, like, what is that? What is that makeup that they're wearing? Or what is that aspect that they're wearing? Oh my God, they're so skinny. Oh my God, they're so white. Oh my God, they're so shining. They're so perfect. They look like dolls, but they were like, they sell millions or billions with this. So it's like, we have to get a piece of this. And this is why they accept it. But the judgment coming first, it's like probably the judgment is going to slip every now and then, like a comment, oh, yeah, these people, yeah, they are doing amazing. I heard that they are very famous, but there's this belittling, like, oh yeah, you're doing well, right? You have a large fandom, right? Like, there's something like, wow, unbelievable. Yeah, good for you, unbelievable. Yeah, please come visit us more soon. But there's judgment. It's just that they don't say nothing because they are rich and they want a piece of that as well. They're like, you're so prosperous and abundant. Please be my friend. Be my friend. And the Nine of Wands, rest and reconsider. This one is really interesting, because the Nine of Wands is like, they have been resisting for a long time getting to K-pop. They're like, no, those people, no, I don't like them. No, don't bring them here. No, no, those people, no, please. Like, let's not confuse our things. We have our artists. Like, no, leave them out. But it's like they had been sort of trying to, you know, prevent their entrance into the industry, the Western industry. They had tried so hard to prevent this. And now there's something about them being like, this is why we have the card of rest and reconsider. There's something about them like, can you stop pushing it? They're already here. They are already taking over all of this. So can you stop resisting? Because, it's useless. They are already here. It's useless. But there's this level of, I don't like them. There's this level of like, yeah, welcome, yeah, you bring this whole universe with you, but I don't know about you. I don't know about you. There's this resistance, and this is why I want to show you the real Nine of Wands, so you can sort of picture this resistance. They had sort of tried to plant so many barriers, even mentally, physically, being like, no, our industry is better. It's always going to be better than what they're bringing. They are sort of like trying to fight until the end, like, no, 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 no. Yeah, we can learn from them. Yeah, we can, let them hang out. But at the end, our industry, the Western industry, has to get up, and but probably, they haven't been successful. They had tried with their artists for a while, and I think that they're still trying. There's a level of resistance, that I think that probably they want to copy the recipe, and they're trying to throw, a new act, or a new popular or trendy kind of new artist, that has a bit of K-pop, because they're like, we have to get up, we have to rebuild our own. We cannot let them invade ourselves. They cannot invade our industry. We have our own industry. But somehow it looks like it's difficult. Like, somehow it's difficult to build the level of success that K-pop has, because maybe their artists don't have the level of training, endurance, patience, and all the years of training that K-pop trainees have. You, you don't have Western musicians or even Western singers or new people. You don't have them. They are not going to go through this very rigid or this very harsh training to be part of a group, for example, a Western group. They can try, but at the end, there's something about the Western way of working, of especially now, I would say a work ethic of a certain performers or certain singers, that they're like, there's no way you are going to get me dancing in there. I'm not going to do a choreography. I have to sing. I sing, I don't dance. So there's no way. They are sort of in denial. I think that they will stay pushing it. They will stay to try to be like, we have to beat them at some point, because they are like. And probably this is the reason why when we think about the Grammys, they will never get a Grammy, because there's resistances in certain parts of the Western industry. There's resistance. It's like, yeah, I acknowledge that you guys are amazing, or that you guys are so popular and are taking over the world. We acknowledge it. We want to be your friends. We want to share the spotlight with you. But in my back of my mind, I'm thinking that I have to defeat you, that I cannot let you take my territory. But it's like useless, because they're defending something that probably is, you're not going to get something really good, like what K-pop groups do, because you don't have people that are willing to work like that. That's oh my God, those dogs. Sorry, guys. It's just that it's Sunday and the dogs are out. I don't know why maybe they're barking to a cat, something like this. My mate is so cold. So cold. Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, I'm going to continue with does China want to lift the K-pop ban? And how it will be their impact on K-pop promotions if they lift it. And then if will K-pop companies promote more on China and neglect the US? Let's see. Does China want to lift the K-pop ban, and what is their impact on K-pop promotions? And if K-pop companies will promote more on China and neglect US? No. They will never neglect US because they have contracts already. But it's going to be problematic. They're going to lose options. Okay. I'm going to start with the first. It says, does China want to lift the K-pop ban, and their impact, how is going to be their impact on K-pop promotions? And we have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, the Magician, and the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Strength card that says control. I would say that yes. I would say that first we start with the Knight of Cups. So there's like an invitation, an open love letter. It's like, yes, we are going to lift it. Yeah. Their impact is very powerful, actually. It's very powerful. Very powerful. The Magician is like, we already have everything Um, can you hear me well? Saying full? I don't know because I'm seeing the the exclamation sign, and I'm like, are we okay? Can you hear me? Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to change this very soon, but with this it works. Okay. I think that it's going to do very well. Their impact, there's something very interesting that could it be that actually China, because I see the Queen of Wands, so I'm like, could it be that they actually are more interested in girl groups or, having more girl groups than boy groups? You know, could it be? Or maybe there's like an important CEO on charge. There's someone that is going to intervene or is going to be in charge that is a female. So could be that maybe they start with female groups, or you are going to see more the female groups going over there and being like, yeah, um, mm, mm, I see like there's an opening, but yeah, like we are more fond of girl groups. I don't know, but with the strength card also, I think that they are also being patient because they have the control. China really has, like, I think that this is a year for China where they are like, we have everything under control. It's like, let's take it slow. Let's not rush. Let's not overreact. We will get what we want at the end. With the strength card, it's like, we are not pushing you guys to make a decision when it comes to us. Like, you don't have to choose us. It's like, it's up to you. You are free, guys. But when it comes to us, we are the ones in control. So yeah, I cannot lift it. I can lift the band, but at the end, and I can welcome you all, but at the end, I'm the one in control. It's just that I'm not going to look desperate. So if you want to keep your relationships with the US, you are welcome. Go, just do it, do it. They're like, nice. They're like, but they are so powerful. This is a good year for China. I don't know. I don't know. I don't read politics, but it seems from their side that they're in a good year. They're like, I pull the strings in here. I am the magician. I can do whatever I want, and you guys will follow our instructions. They are so empowered. But this lady gets my attention. She's important. She's like a spokesperson, someone. She's important. Does China have like a lady president? Well, no, that doesn't matter. But there's a woman like sort of arranging all of this. She has a very feminine but a strong, powerful poster, because I think about the strength card, and in the strength card I also see the damsel. The damsel sort of holding the lion back, holding the lion. It's like, calm down, don't get aggressive, don't get bossy, don't get authoritarian. Our moment will come. So I see a woman's touch in here, or a woman getting in the way of negotiation. So, it seems, so it seems. I need to be that lady. We all need to be that lady. This is why, guys, I'm an Argentinian person. But from what I see here, if I have to take a side, I will go with China, because they know what they're doing. They're like, I'm going to pay more attention to their endeavors, because I'm like, I have to invest in there. Maybe we need to learn Chinese. But it's been a good year for them. It's been a good year, and probably it's going to continue being a good year. But they also are in this very, when we think about K-pop and everything, that they are like, oh, the soft power. Where for China, it's like, Yeah, we are soft powering, but not so much because we know. The Knight of Cups is someone that it comes with an invitation. It's like, welcome, come, you're welcome. But at the same time, they're welcoming you because they have something to offer. These are not people that are full of promises and nothing. They are very influential and they speak so well. When we have the magician, I'm like, this is such a salesperson. They promote themselves very well. And you want to be part of them. You want to be part of them. You want to be part of their group. You're like, yeah, please sign me in. Like, I want to be on your side. um then the part that it says, will K-pop companies promote more on China and neglect US? We have Nine of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups, and we have the Devil. And then we have the Hermit, that the keyword is seek. So I don't think that I don't know. There's something that maybe is Korean, like South Korean pride about their K-pop groups, or maybe some of them are very prideful. They are like, no, we are independent. We don't need you all. We are independent. Yeah, we're making money with you, but at the same time, let me be. I will keep my independency and I will go to the US to promote anyways because I don't need you guys. So there's something about them being very prideful and being like, I'm good on my own. Like, I don't, there's something about them that some of them do not want to send their groups over there, or there's some of them that are going to be like, I'm making my millions, and also there's contracts with the US. In here, I think that, and they're going to regret this because some of them are going to miss very important contracts or promotions with China just because they want to stay with the US. They are isolating themselves. They are choosing the wrong crowd just because of pride. There's something about maybe some South Korean maybe managers or people that they are like, we have our own product. We are independent. We created this. We didn't need China. We don't need China. We are our own people. But I don't know. Your contracts doesn't say the same. You're losing a lot. So choose your side wisely. I think that there have been two. I think that first of all, I think that could it be that South Korea, not South Korea people, more like South Korean K-pop industries, they have like a fixation with the US. They have like a fixation. There's contracts, of course. But there's also like, we will not let them. We will go there anyway. Like, we cannot leave. We have to keep going there. Like, we want to be with them. So they have like a very toxic relationship with the US. They are not going to leave, even if it means losing very important deals in China, they are going to choose the US. Some of them, not all of them. Because also with the Hermit, the Hermit is like, some of them are going to be much more like difficult to convince. There are certain companies that they're like, we're not changing ourselves. We already have signed deals with the US and we are going to keep, going over there. And there's some that are going to be, I'm going to go with China. I don't care what you guys say. We already have our people there, or we already have our groups in there. So, everything is cool. But there's some of them that are like, very fixated and very attached to the US market. They are like, even if it means to be isolated. Because the Hermit is giving me, if you're going with them, you probably are going to be alone. You're going to lose a lot. So, like the Hermit card says, seek, reflect, seek, learn from this that you're choosing, because maybe you're choosing a market that is not choosing you. So think about it. Yes. So yeah, but there's like a toxic relationship in there. I don't know if they have like, if they're like, no, because it has to be. I would never break, a relationship with the U.S. because the U.S. has given us so much, and toxic. But that's up to them, that's their mentality. I think that these are things that we also as audience should reflect about certain companies' decisions. That is what the decisions that they're making for the groups is their mentality. If they're choosing to support a certain brand or a certain party or a certain, is their mentality, is their mission, is their vision. So, instead of you guys wanting to be like, oh no, but they chosen this because they had no other way out. Yeah, no, they always have the option. It's just that some of them, they are very into themselves and they are like, oh, we created K-pop. We don't need anyone. Yeah, you don't need anyone, but you're choosing the US. So it's okay. It's okay. Mm. You are free. Yeah, you're very independent. Yeah, you're so independent. But yeah, guys, business are businesses. Then they know. Wait, I'm looking for them. This is why, like, a Stray Kids Banchan, the leader, had said, um, in the reading that I did for him, is like, don't take things personal. It's just business. Don't take it personal. Don't get political. It's not. They already have their mindsets. Then, and you have to pay attention to that because with their actions and their decision making, they are showing you, their culture, the company's culture. They are showing you that. They are showing you what they support, what they don't support. So it's not that complex to see. Now, when it comes to idols, yes, because idols, if you go into them, especially with the reading, you are seeing their individual opinions or maybe how they feel about a certain thing that is from an individual point of view. But when it comes to maybe a corporation, yeah, they do have their mindset or their view very well aligned, and they're not going to change it. I want to see if I can do this before this runs out of battery. Okay. KQ Entertainment are they planning to launch a girl group in the future? Let's see. KQ Entertainment planning to launch a girl group in the future. I mean, they could bring some ideas, they could release some news or maybe talk about it, but I think that is in the clouds, at least not this year. We start with the Judgment, the Devil, and we have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Eight of Wands, that is says success and growth. But for me, it's not success and growth. This card, the Eight of Wands, is news. It's like, news traveling very fast. I mean, I don't think that this year. I mean, they could be. reviewing options. They could be reviewing certain people. Um, they could have certain people in mind, but honestly, the judgment and the devil, they are very judgmental of girl groups. And I think that a lot of companies are very judgmental of girl groups in the sense that they think that they are losses. And I think that it's not, they view it from like, okay, the earnings, but also there's something about them, there's certain companies that we had seen it, that they don't know how to manage girl groups. They don't know how to deal with the female energy. And I think that KQ probably is one of those companies. And they are sort of tied, they are very tied to their own contracts right now. I don't know if they have certain deals, or they have their, probably they have their debts, um they have certain contracts that it's like, we could be planning, we could have it as an option, but probably there's not money. But the judgment is literal, that maybe it's not so much like them personally judging like female groups, or but from a business perspective, maybe they are watching other companies, that initially they wanted to acquire girl groups, and then everything turned into a scandal. So there's something about them, being like, female, like women are difficult. Like female trainees are difficult. So I don't know how we would do that, because we are tied up to certain, um but they have this vision, that this judgment literally is like, I'm judging this, like I think that we wouldn't do very well, or we would get ourselves into a very complicated situation that we don't have right now with the boy groups. So sometimes, it's better to be dishonest, be honest, and sort of view that they are reviewing about launching more groups. Definitely with the Seven of Cups, they are reviewing. I see that they have, like, I don't know if they're going to launch a new boy group or maybe soloist, but there's something about the girl group, like with numbers and everything, that they're like, this could be problematic. And I also think that they don't have many people working in there. Could it be that they are like, if we have to hire, like if we have to train a girl group with certain amount of members, like how do we get people to take care of them? And also they see women as very complex human beings. So they're like, it's not the same like with guys. With guys, you are like, okay, guys, this is what you have. Like you guys share this with everyone, and that's it. With girls, is different. This is their perspective. So they're like, they are going to bring us problems. So yeah. But the Eight of Wands, success and growth in here, it says, I think that there could be news about them launching someone, either a group or a soloist, or a duo, or like a duet, or there could be more. They are planning to launch more artists, but I wouldn't be able to tell you girl group, not this year. They probably tried, and maybe they didn't get very good reviews. They were, sorry guys, I got this. They're like, I don't know if this is like a good idea. Okay. Thank you, Apples. Apples. Okay. Boynextdoor. Let's see. For them, for 2025, or all the months that remain of this year, let's see how they will go. Boynextdoor. Good. I like it. They have a lot to learn. They do have a lot of they do have a lot of major arcana, so I think that they do have to, also They have another major arcana here. So there's something that whatever they're going through as a group is is like a spiritual lesson, I would say, more than success, money, recognition, hard work. I think that they definitely have to. They are already in the industry, but there's something about karma, retribution, and I don't think that it's about them getting karma themselves. I think that probably this moment in the industry, in the K-pop industry, for the are they fifth gen group? Are they a group of the fifth generation? Because it feels like they come with a lot of baggage from old um, um, mm, from old times. It feels very heavy, and they are trying to bring. I think that's a boy, not a boy next door group. They're trying to bring back happy songs, and not happy songs, but more cheerful tones, like more dynamic energy. Like we are all guys that we love to dance, and we love to they have um a very uplifting energy, very like it's not so much like, oh, romanticism and you think about me and I'm also sensitive. No, they have all these very fun and just very dynamic energy, very energetic, very energetic. They want to bring, I think that whoever created them, they have something that is like, we want to bring sunrise. Literally, we have the sun and the death card. So it's like, we started to notice that K-pop groups or K-pop have lost their ability to have fun while performing, or maybe it has to be that maybe the industry has been involved in some you know um, in a lot of scandals, or there's a bit of negativity, or you know um pessimism about boy groups. So there's something about them, like we want to bring happy times again. We want to bring a group that can bring you optimism. But I think that honestly, the sun card being first and the death card, I think that they sort of entered this year, maybe they entered this year 2025 with a very happy or uplifting tune, with the song very uplifting, and it wasn't well received. Like, I don't think that it's like, oh, they hated it. No, but I think that there's something that is changing in the industry. And maybe there's something that is changing in the fandom or in people's taste in music. And somehow they don't want happy, uplifting songs. They, like, if you are too optimistic of an idol, they start looking at you funny. Like, why are you so energetic? Like, why are you so, like, like, why are you acting like a clown? Something like that. I don't know why this comes into my mind. Like, I think that the audience is being a bit pessimistic, and this translates to this group, not only Boynextdoor. I think that it translates to other groups as well. It's like you have to change your strategy, because the happy guys, or literally the boy next doors of the K-pop, they are going to be rejected. So you have to change the strategy, because people are being a bit like, I don't know, it doesn't sound sincere. Like, what are you talking about? So yeah, the audience is not happy this year. They are very judgmental of the groups. They're like, if you're happy, if you're unhappy, they will complain. So yeah, we have the justice in the middle. So there's something about them, yeah, sort of, trying to find a balance, trying to be as honest and as transparent as possible, but they have to change the strategies. I don't think that the guys will end up, will lose their charm, but there's something about them probably having to regulate themselves, and maybe, like, is there something going on with the justice, or not for Boy Next Door, but could it be that there's some legal problems, not with them specifically, but around them? around them? What company are they under? Because there's a justice in the middle. So the justice is also getting in the way of their promotions, or whatever they have to do is getting in the way in 2025. And honestly, I don't think that it's about the guys, because the guys are very young to be involved. Like, I don't see it that it's for them. This is why when I have all these major arcanas, I'm like, this is bigger than them. Whatever is going on is bigger than them. It's sort of changing the structure of their career and maybe what they wanted to accomplish, but the justice is getting in the way, and probably it's going to get in the way of a lot of 2025. They're going to be great. They're going to do amazing, but probably it's going to get awkward now that we are in June. We are in June now. It's going to get awkward. It's going to get awkward. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, guys, there's a fly. But yeah, we have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Emperor. So they are going to, it's going to be a weird period, but if they're going to have a comeback, or if they're going to, have more content, it's going to be powerful, it's going to be uplifting, it's going to be funny, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be their style. And they're going to keep working just fine, and also celebrating accomplishments. Probably, hanging out with other groups, being associated to other groups, winning awards. I sort of see it. And I think that they are able to have all this because of this emperor. I don't know if this is the CEO of them, but the emperor, because I feel like in this group, it feels very masculine. Like whoever runs Boynextdoor is all men. It's all men energy. And this CEO is a very masculine person, is a very traditional person, and also is a very bossy person. So I think that this man, the emperor, is the one that is going to make sure that the guys keep doing their job, and that this justice doesn't get in the way of their work, because they have a lot to do, they have a lot of potential, they are having fun doing this. So maybe there's this emperor that is like, whoa, whatever is going on in the building, leave the guys out, because they are my boys, or they are my group, and we have a mission. That this mission is to keep creating music, to have people to have fun, to have people to celebrate, to have people to enjoy themselves. They are young, they are passionate, they are very hardworking. Let them do their thing. But I think that there's something about this person, manager, CEO, I don't know, not a lawyer. I think that this is a boss. The emperor is a boss. He's the boss of these boys. He's the boss of Boynextdoor. And he's very authoritarian. He's like, whatever is going on, or maybe he's influential, and he's like, I have to get the guys to keep working. I have to get the guys to keep working. So I'm going to show up for them, and I'm going to guide them, so they can, keep releasing their music, keep doing what they do, keep being who they are, and not get complicated by things like law and all those things. Because he's like, we're not stopping. We're not stopping. The boys have to work. So I don't know. There's something about this person being very overprotective of them, and being like, you don't mess with the guys. They are my creation, or they are my children. I don't know what to say, my children, but it feels like, we're not stopping. I don't care what you guys are doing. We're not stopping. We're going to keep working. This is what we're going to do. And we have, in this tarot, we have the Judgment. So, here the keyword is blossom. Blossom. So yeah, it's cute, this this keyword of blossom for the Judgment. Like, probably, there's something going on that they are going to be, judged. Like I said, probably it's bigger than them. It's not that the group is going to be judged, but because they are in there, or they are associated, the judgment is going to come for you all. But at the same time, with the keyword of blossom, there's a potential for them to take this as an experience, because it's not that they in particular did something wrong, no, but maybe it's very close to them, but they can surpass, they can overcome this judgment, or this judgment day, that the justice is going to appear. They can actually, like, try to respect it, because definitely I see respect, but they also can get away a bit and continue their promotions or continue their work. But yeah, I think that it has nothing to do with them, but just keep an eye on them, because yeah, it's happening very close by, the judgment. I'm going to see if I can change this before it runs out of battery. Sorry guys, can you hear me well? This is the moment to change my mic. Sorry. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. Maybe here? Can you hear me well, guys? Not well? What happened? Yeah, because this is older. The mic is older. Can you hear me? Yeah, I know this mic is older. Yeah. Now it's too attached. It's too attached to my. Can you hear me? Let me know if it hears okay. Do you hear a sound? Something? Yeah, the other one is more like powerful. Okay. Yeah, the other one is like, the closer, it even sounds louder. Yeah, this one is more silent. But it's because this is the oldest one. This is the one that doesn't even reach like an hour and it shuts down. This is why I use it as less, because it turns off, like it runs out of battery very fast. But just in case it runs out of battery, please let me know. Okay. I'm going to read, the last one is for Hyunjin and JYP relationship. This is why I changed it, just in case this one, runs out of battery. I don't want to be interrupted. Okay, Hyunjin, Stray Kids Hyunjin, let's move. Please, guys, don't forget to leave a like. Okay, Stray Kids Hyunjin and JYP relationship. Oh. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. Okay. From Hyunjin's part about JYP, we have the 2 of Swords and we have the 4 of Swords. From JYP, we have the 8 of Pentacles and we have the Hierophant. So they are doing their work for Hyunjin. And we have the Ace of Pentacles for the connection, straightening bonds, the keyword says. So there's nothing going on here. Yeah, from Hyunjin's perspective, I see it a bit passive, honestly, but I think that this is the way he processes his interaction with them, or maybe this is how he has been feeling. I don't think that it's even about feelings. I think that it's perceptions that he's preferring to not have like a perception. He's not saying much, he's resting, or he's maybe disconnecting if there's like some drama or if there's something going on. He's like preferring to stay neutral, not hearing, not taking a side. He's also disconnecting. He's like, oh, I'm going to, dissociate myself a bit, like I'm going to go and play games, or I'm going to go and do this activity, or I'm going to go and just, lay down and take a nap. He's not connected neither to the company, maybe not even um to the fans, or maybe, I know that the person that wanted this reading, they said something about him, sounding, a bit different, or maybe he sounded like, maybe there was something going on. But I think that this is just Hyunjin, not, he doesn't have an opinion about JYP. He's not like, oh my god, he loves them so much. No, but at the same time, he also is like, I have nothing to say. I cannot say anything. And honestly, um, you know, the company is working for him. So I don't know if Hyunjin is going to have more activities, or if he's going to have a solo, or if he's going to have a comeback with the group. But they are putting extra hours for Hyunjin, the whole company, because we have the Hierophant in here. So there's something about the company for Hyunjin. They're working extra hard. So I don't know what to tell you. And also we have the Ace of Pentacles, success, a new prosperous new beginning for them in their connection. I think that is going to get better. And also strengthening bonds. There's something about maybe the company is preparing to give something to Hyunjin. I don't know, it could be money, it could be more promotions, it could be a solo work, it could be a lot of things, but there's retribution in here. So I don't know. I don't see that this is um it's just that maybe maybe fans, I don't know, maybe fans think that Hyunjin must have some kind of reaction, opinion, or a way of being. Maybe people are like, oh, he used to be more cheerful, he used to be like this, and now I see that he's a bit like um and this is something that I also wanted to say, but I don't want to say it before I pull the cards, because I'm like, okay, if there's something going on, I'm going to tell it like it is, whatever I see here. But I think that is very interesting how last week I was pulling cards for the leader, for Banchan, in his connection with JYP, and the advice and the perspective from Banchan, from what I've seen in the cards, was like, girls, guys, don't get emotional about my relationship with the company. It is what it is. Don't add an emotional, sentimental point of view, perception, intuition into this. That is not like you guys think. Yeah, we are not in the best terms, but I don't care anymore. So I think that is about the leader's point of view. I think that it goes for all the fans. Stop worrying obsessively, like you are sort of oh, because people saw that he's acting like this, so maybe there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. They're working. They're working. So this is why I think that sometimes fans or the fandom, just like I read for Banchan and Stace as well, like stop seeing monsters and ghosts where there isn't. Yeah, the company is not perfect. Yeah, the company thinks about their own retribution, money, sales. They are all the time 24/7 thinking about how to make money because it's their job. So don't think like, oh, if there's mistreatment, oh no, this person, maybe Hyunjin has like a personal problem, or maybe he's bored. Here with the 12 source and the 4 of source, it's giving me like, he's like, my mind is blank about them. I cannot say anything because I don't have an opinion. I'm not paying attention like this. I'm not interested. I'm disconnected. Maybe I'm thinking about something else, or I'm deciding to take it slow, or maybe he's, I don't know, trying not to think or overthink because he's sort of saving energy because maybe there's something important for him that is going on, or there's something that is coming for Hyunjin that is going to take a lot of his energy and time. So he's sort of saving his energy. So, sometimes people, have to stop, projecting these insecurities or these like, oh my God, I think that, because no, now it's Hyunjin. Like next week, who is going to be? Another member of the group, I'm sure. So, no, guys, stop it. Okay, I made it. I made it to the whole live stream, Saintful, and you're still number one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for engaging. And I love this little crowd. But I know that there's others. I know that there were other people that were also battling in there for the first for the first this ranking. I don't know what it does. Yes. Um, for next time, you get a free question, Saiful. um, I don't know. It's just a new system. It's a new system. It's a like it shows like the amount of messages that you leave in the live stream is like the more you engage. So it sort of gives you a ranking. It gives you a ranking. It puts you on a ranking. It's the first time that we see it. So yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being my company. And thank you had the open forum. I was like, okay, if it's well formulated, the questions that you guys submitted, so we can all learn from this. And I think that is nice. It's nice to do this. Maybe next Sunday we can do something similar. So I think that is very interesting. I'm also exercising my intuition, or I'm exercising, my perception, and you guys also, you do the work as well. You come up with a question, or you come up with a perception and what you want to ask. So I thank you so much, guys, for the effort that you put, because I'm always reiterating myself. I'm repeating myself all the time in the community post, because I'm like, guys, I want new questions, I want new groups, I want new names. Please stop asking for the same people over and over and over, because I get bored and my energy gets stuck. I get bored and I get stuck, and I want to be doing this for you guys for a long time. So, let's keep it, dynamic. Let's bring new people, new questions, new topics. So yeah, we have plenty of situations or topics of conversations. So yeah, let's keep it open and fun. Okay. Are you going to read for 80s for the comeback? I read for 80s already? The comeback? I think I did. Why do I feel like I did already? Why? I think I did read for 80s comeback. No, I read for comebacks. And when is the comeback? When is the comeback for 80s? June? Okay, I'm going to pull the cards now because I don't know why I thought I had May comebacks. I'm going to pull cards now because then otherwise I'm going to be late because usually for Wednesdays I do the romantic series. For and Sunday maybe we do have another subject. Yeah, so I'm thinking I might just do it now. So ah, they announced it last week. Ah, okay. Hey, I'm an 18. I have to, I have to keep up. No, the last time I read for 80s, that's why it rang a bell because when I read for 80s, I read for the relationship with KQ. Yeah, sure. I will create the community post probably on Friday. I'm going to, or Thursday, because you know that on Wednesday we have the romantic one. So maybe Thursday or Friday, I'm going to create the question so you can guys can leave the questions for the Sunday live streams. Okay. Okay. Stray Kids June comeback. So I always see Hyunjin working extra hours. Ateez. Yes. Did I say Stray Kids? Did I say it? No, 80s. I know. I know. I was thinking about them. I was in my mind. I was thinking about them. Sorry if I say Stray Kids. Sorry. 80s, 80s, 80s. Because I see Hyunjin here. I'm like, oh, I already seen him. It's all his idea. He's so excited to, to leave it out, to give it out to the fans. We start with the magician and the king of cups. So yeah, the captain is already yeah, is already very already on the works. Yeah, he's already taking charge. His mind always working. We start with the fool in the middle. We have the fool, knight of pentacles, and king of swords. A lot of work. A lot of work. And could there be that there's this king of swords at the end? I'm like, could this be that there's like a special collaboration? There's a collaboration coming with maybe someone very famous that is going to be like maybe a fanboy or that, but this person is going to help the promotion a lot because it's like maybe this person is going to do challenges with them, but this person is important. So and it's sort of in the middle. I don't know if this person gave an idea or it's like, after you guys finish this, let's do this together. But this is like someone that is maybe has like more career than them or is like much more known, but it's like a masterpiece as well, very intelligent. And we have the Hierophant that the keyboard is Stitch.
very important. I think that honestly, I think that there's something about Ateez with the car of the Hierophant that they always try to be original. You know, we have the fool in the middle. So there's something about them always pushing it to the fullest when it comes to ideas. They don't want to repeat themselves. They don't want to do. You will never see an 80s reading. You will never see a Wheel of Fortune. You will never see a World card. Like, in the sense that they are not a group that is on the loop. You know, they always try to bring something new and original, or original in their style. It's just that, you know, they are fully aware that, you know, maybe this comeback or maybe these songs are not for everyone. They know it. They know it. They are like, okay, yeah, you know, we did this song, or we had this comeback, and the concept is a bit crazy. Yeah, but let us experience this. We are the crazy kids in K-pop. We are the crazy guys in K-pop, in the sense that they don't follow trends, or they don't follow, you know. And I think that this is part also of their brand also, you know, because with the Hierophant is like, you know, yeah, you guys are known for this. So somehow, even though they want to see themselves as wild and free, the Hierophant is like, you know, you guys are your own. Um, this is like a tradition for you guys. This is like a continuation. You guys think that every time you release something, you're starting over the o'clock, the clock. But there's something with the Hierophant giving it a shape, a tradition, a foundation. You know, they think that, oh no, yeah, because we don't follow the rules. Yes, you do. You follow your own rules. You create your own systems. You create your own style. But it's part of the tradition. You are known for this. So it's like, you know, you guys should um, um you know, um seeing it as a tradition, honor this, you know, honor this universe that you guys created, you know. And honor this, and sort of like launch it, but don't forget that you are not like wild and free. You know, like when these people are like, oh yeah, because, you know, we're doing this because we're having fun, and this, we have crazy projects that they are not related to each other. They are crazy projects, they are new, they are exciting, and then we move on and we forget about the others, or we rewrite our history. There's something with the Hierophant that is like, guys, it's time for you to start your foundation. It's time for you to, you have the years of experience, so start, you know, investing in your foundation this year. Be more stable. I wonder if this, because with the teach card, I wonder if there's something about ATs, or maybe people wanting ATs to be like the teachers, or be, they want to take ATs like, okay, you guys are doing really well all these years, and we want to take you, we want you to have your own academy, or we want you to be mentors of these people. um, there's people that really want to pay 80s to train their trainees. I know it sounds redundant, but that's the only word that comes to my mind. Like, I want you to teach us to be like you. So I think that, and I think that this is not the first time that this happens. It's just that, especially maybe um, this was mentioned to the leader, but you know, because he's so um self I don't want to say self-made, but he's so like, he's his own, you know, he's his own company in his own person, I would say. So there's something about him being like, I don't have time, or, you know, I'm already investing what I know or what I can. I'm throwing everything for the group, you know. So I don't want to have, I don't want to sign contracts with these people, or I don't want to commit myself to, oh, participating on your show, because I need to have free time to think about new material for my group. He's great at networking, but there's he's also very jealous of his creations. He's like, if I do this, I cannot put energy into my group, and I need to create for my group, because if I don't create for my group, we don't have comeback. So this is why, he never is like, I will let the others go, or I will let a certain member go. It's just that it's still very, like, this is why I think that it's a long journey, um for 80s, this year, that it goes beyond the comeback. I think that the comeback is going to do amazing. It's going to take a while to people to like it, probably, because we have the Knight of Pentacles. So people are going, and also we have the King of Swords. So there's something about people being a bit, like, I have to think about it. I don't know if I like it. I would have to take a time to see if I like it. Um, because with the Fool, it's definitely something new. It's something new. It's something crazy, but it's going to grow on people. But there's something that he probably is thinking about training a member in particular, because I see it in Hyunjin. Hyunjin is like, I need you to go and do the promotions that I can't, because I have to be creative, I have to work, I have to, master the ideas, I have to record, I have to do all of this. And he's sort of reviewing, like, he had one in mind. He had a person that he was like, usually it was this person that I was like, you will go individually and you will do the promotions, for the group. But I think that it didn't go very well. He's like, this person doesn't have the appeal. He wants someone that can be like the representation for the group, and he's like, this person has to be like me, sharp, intelligent, answer fast, witty, funny, even better than him. There's something about Hon to me, like, no, not so much like me. Yeah, like take over the scene, but somehow more intelligent than me, or probably more like social. And I think that he's like, I decided who this person is going to be. It's not the usual, I don't know if he has another sub leader or someone that is like takes over after Honjun if Honjun is not present, but it's someone that is more like savvy, is like more intelligent or more. I think that this person is starting to speak up more. With the King of Swords, it's like, this guy is not the usual that you think. This guy has started to work on her in his communication skills, and also on his presence. So there's something about this person. Probably it takes a while for this person to actually, lose their shyness, or maybe they tend to be very reserved, or very, and because, Hunter sees potential in here. He's like, if you lose a bit your shyness, you can get this. And this is why I have the King of Swords here. But the King of Swords is also, someone famous that comes from for this member, maybe, that is going to help this member to be much more promoted, or to be in different shows with him. Um, because I think that he's reviewing this. I need to make sure that the group, because it's not just about talking. This is PR. This is complex, guys. This is not an easy decision for someone like Honjun, and probably even like I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, this is, you need a lot of hours and nights of study to really think like, who is it going to be? But because even the person that he initially was like, okay, I will bring this person, but then he was like, no, this person lacks confidence. I don't, and this one talks too much. Like, there's something about him, like, I need someone to be diplomatic, good listener, attractive. It's complex. It's a complex decision. It's not easy. But he's like, I have to have this structure, because he cannot do everything by himself. And also, him also as the King of Cups, he reflects and he's like, I don't like cameras neither. So it's like probably he goes to shows and everything, but he's like, I my social battery runs out every once in a while and I have a lot of work to do. So I need another person. I need someone trustworthy. So yeah, with the Hierophant, he's like, they are building their foundations not only on the charts and what people think about their music and if you watch their MVs and their performance, because they definitely people are watching, even the haters are watching, all of them are watching ATs. But with the Hierophant, it's like, guys, let's build this foundation. I know you guys are creative, wild, and provocative and just very passionate, and we love to see you. But there's something also very interesting this year with the Hierophant, that is like your presence also, like, outside of this scenario. When you get off the scenario, you as people, you also have to build a foundation. People have to get to know you somehow. Maybe initially, you heard of a member, this member, and then this got you to ATs eventually. So their presence, there has to be a level of trajectory in here, and for this you have to build a routine. You have to bring out someone that is good with the media, that is going to appear on the shows, maybe someone that is going to have their own show, or they're going to be an MC, or something that it feels very traditional for what K-pop do or K-pop idols do, like a very traditional role or routinary role. But you also have to have the dynamism, or maybe the attractiveness enough for people to be hooked and be like, oh, I want to know more about this member. Like, he's amazing. Like the way he talks and the way he moves. And, it has to be the whole package. You have to get the ace. But maybe there's something about the ace being really good at this and not really good at talking. So he has to work on that as well, because he has to polish this member. But it's going to do very well. It's going to do very well. But yeah, also, I think that this is not when I think about Hyunjin choosing someone. I think that it's not about who he likes best, and who he knows best. I think that there's something about him having conversations individually with certain members, with like interviewing them, like being like, okay, how do you feel about doing this and this, and there's members that they really are like, I don't want to do it. Like, send me to do whatever, but that I don't feel comfortable. I'm shy and I will always be shy, or I'm an introvert and I will always be an introvert. I cannot do this that you ask me. Ask someone else, please. Yeah, that's also a reality, that it's not like you have all the members being like, oh, please, me, choose me. No. And maybe I think that he chosen someone before, but maybe that person was like, you know he started good, but then it was a bit challenging for him. So instead of pressuring the same person, or just being like, it seems like they're not having fun doing this. So yeah. Yeah. mm, yeah, I think that is going to do great. But yeah, it's a whole process of, we'll see, because it comes also with this special guest or these very famous people that is going to promote and help ATs as well. ATs doesn't need it, but I see this kind of source as someone that is like, I have my fandom and I want to start fandoms to unite, because I love what you do, guys. So it's great to have the support of this person as well. So I love it. I love it. Let's pay attention to when this comes up. Okay. Okay, guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here with me. Yeah, and have a lovely day.